Hey guys, this is video 2 of Kaspersky Internet Security 2010, and I kind of need to move this along because I know I'm going to be booked up for the rest of the week. I have a lot of other videos that I need to get to, and I have a lot of appointments with clients, so I kind of wanted to talk about the Sandbox and Kaspersky, and then we're going to get to configuring the antivirus scanner and then probably test out a few URLs and kind of wrap this up. I've been working with Kaspersky Internet Security 2010 for about a week now, so I'm ready to move on. But anyway, I wanted to show you the Sandbox here. And if you're curious on what a Sandbox is, check out my review on Sandboxy. It's on YouTube. Just type in Sandboxy under my channel. You'll find it. And you can see examples of what a Sandbox does for a computer that is unprotected. Now, the Kaspersky Internet Security Sandbox is subject to all of the checks of Kaspersky Internet Security. So it's almost kind of a waste because KIS, I'm just going to call it KIS for short, KIS is so strong on protecting your PC against almost everything. I've been working with it for a week and I still haven't gotten anything past it yet. So I know that's kind of hard to believe, but I'll show you, with these 10 URLs that I'll pick out tonight. So it's almost kind of a waste to have a Sandbox, but I guess if you're really paranoid, you can go ahead and run Internet Explorer or Firefox in the Sandbox. Now, the big thing with the Sandbox is it doesn't work on XP 64-bit, and it doesn't completely work on Vista 64-bit. I read plenty of posts today where the Sandbox, version on the 64-bit of Internet Explorer or Firefox is pretty unstable and crashes a lot. So I don't think that's going to be resolved. That's just how Microsoft has the 64-bit OS set up to kind of it's not friendly for sandboxing environments. That goes for Sandboxy, Defense Wall, this Sandbox, any Sandbox out there. And oh boy, I forgot what it's called. It's patching something. Some kind of feature they have. Oh well, I don't know. But anyway, the cool thing about the Sandbox here is you have Internet Explorer. And you can go ahead and add whatever application you want. I could go ahead and add Firefox is on the system, so I can browse for it. It's Mozilla Firefox. And then I can, double click to go ahead and run it in a virtual environment. Now the cool thing about Cav is, when you're done with running the application in the Sandbox, why don't you just go ahead and clear safe run, clear all the data on exit. So whenever you exit out of Firefox, you can go ahead and clear all that data that you downloaded. So if I run it, it should open up Firefox in a Sandbox. This is a 32-bit OS that I'm on, so the Sandbox runs perfectly. I used it honestly probably all day, and I didn't have any trouble with it. It never crashed on me once. Now I did try this out on a 64-bit OS, and I'd say about half the time it crashed. So PatchGuard, that's the word I was looking for. Vista 64-bit uses some kind of technology, whatever we're going to call it, called PatchGuard. And apparently, they're really screwing a lot of people, a lot of the Sandbox guys, with that stuff. Well, that's funny. I just made an ass of myself because this isn't loading now. Okay, there it is. Yeah, we'll set it as our default browser. Now, if I downloaded any malware in here, any bad stuff, it Oh, thanks. It would be caught in this virtual environment, like a virtual computer, and as soon as I exited Firefox, all that data that I downloaded would be destroyed. Let me give you an example. I'll try to. Hang on one sec. Okay, I have an example, and I kind of went ahead and I installed this password stealer here, and you can see it running in my processes. But I installed that through the, and you can see it spawning another process through the Sandbox. Now, this is a good test for me because I actually haven't had a chance to do this. I could look like an ass here or not, but since this was installed, online movies, this Trojan, since it was installed in the Sandbox environment, as soon as I close Firefox, it should kill off that data inside that Sandbox. And I still see, okay, never mind, it just killed everything out. So that's how the Sandbox works. And we can see some applications in low restricted. And here they are right here, but I've got to say they probably do not exist anymore. I do not see them at all in my process list. So the proactive defense still works inside the Sandbox. However, once you empty the Sandbox, all of this stuff is destroyed. It's actually not even on the system anymore. But just in case, I could always just say untrusted, 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 and just keep going down the list, even though I'm 99% sure they're gone. So took a little while to empty the Sandbox, but it worked. So that's a great example of how the Sandbox can really kind of protect you. But you know what? The proactive defense in Kaspersky would have protected you too. Problem is that proactive defense put it in like a low risk, and then that is not a low risk. Those are not low risk processes. So this gets back to yesterday where I set up under proactive defense, or was it application control? Hang on, I'm lost here. I think it's under application control. Yeah. Yesterday I had everything set to go into untrusted. Today I moved it back to the heuristics analyzer to define status. I find that analyzer is usually way off. It'll place everything into low restricted. And personally, I like to shoot first and ask questions later. That kind of analogy where I want everything to go into untrusted. And I'll go online and research that process and see, or that file, and see if it is malicious. Once I'm sure that it's okay, I'll go ahead and move it back into trusted or low risk. But I don't really want to rely on their analyzer, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit OK that, so that'll never happen again. So that was my little demo on the Sandbox part. I think that was fine. So anyway, let's go to, there's something else I was going to show you. Oh yeah, they open the vulnerability scan. I thought this was pretty cool. Scans your system for any vulnerabilities, either OS or application based. Also kind of useless to a user in a way because it's kind of complicated. What I would like is for Firefox, because it says it's out of date. gives you details, add to exclusions, and how about a big old update button where it gives you a list of URLs or something. So details kind of does that. If I click details, and hang on, this thing's really slow right now. I only have so much RAM to give this PC. I definitely need to go out and buy another stick. AVP, yeah, AVP. Kaspersky is real heavy. You know, you want to dedicate around 100 megs of RAM to it realistically. It's heavy, but man, it's sweet. You know, if you got a PC, any typical PC you buy today can easily handle KIS, because PCs that you get today, they have 3, 4, 8 gigs of RAM. The PC I bought the other day has 8 gigs of RAM. I mean, so when people talk about how much RAM does it use, you should only care about that if you have, you know, 512 megs of RAM, and for some weird reason you're not going out to buy more. So anyway, this page opens up, viruslist.com. Kind of tells you about this critical update that you need to apply. And you're looking for like a download to it, and you find the solution. It's a solution update to version 3.0.11. Well, I can't think of any one of my customers that would really go out and find and update to 3.0.11 and install it and all that stuff. So some tech savvy people may do that. So this vulnerability scanner is more for the techie type of people. So, and I actually like the Secunia one much better. You should check that one out whenever you get a chance. Okay, so I kind of killed two birds with one stone. I show you the sandbox. I show you how you can place applications into trusted, low restricted, high restricted, untrusted. So that's really, you got three main areas in Kaspersky. You've got the signature scanner, the heuristic scanner, and then you have application control, the HIPS, the intrusion prevention. That's what I'm talking about right here, application control. Then you have the sandbox. I can't really put the sandbox into that list because it's so unfunctional if they're not supporting the 64-bit OS completely. Even if you could just get Internet Explorer to work perfectly, that would be awesome on the 64-bit OS. It would be definitely awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of display a few URLs. We're going to go with 10 URLs, and we're going to kind of do this on the fly. I'm just going to find some URLs. We're going to plug them in and see what we get. Like I said, I don't know if I said this. This is like the second time I've made this video because I messed up the first one. I've been working with KIS for like a whole week now straight, and I've never been able to get anything past it. Nothing's ever got to my system. This thing is just solid antivirus, anti-malware. So if you look at my file antivirus, I'm leaving everything on recommended for this test, recommended on the web antivirus. The only thing I did change was I assigned the following status to untrusted. That's a must on that application control. And that's pretty much all I'm checking at this point. I'm not going to get into network attack blocker, anti-spam, anti-banner. I just don't really care about that stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do a few things. I'll probably pause the video here and there while I'm finding URLs and loading them, so the video may skip a little bit. But the goal is to get 10 URLs, and I'll see if I can do that. Hang on one sec. Okay, I think I have... Okay, my video is on now. Alright, I was sitting there stuttering and I don't know, I thought it was paused for a second. Anyway, I think I have a rogue here. We're going to go ahead and try that. And if these don't, resolve or whatever, I'll go ahead and find different URLs. So, yeah, it looks like it's a rogue. Wants me to download this. Looks like it is not known by the signature scanner at this point. And right away, when you see a message like this, it says Windows cannot access the specified file, device, whatever. Looks like the hip scanner from Kaspersky caught it. And if we go to, we look under untrusted, we now have 6 processes in there. Trusted, blocked. There we go. Yeah, so that is untrusted. As well it should be. Goodbye. If I take a look at this file, let's see if I can get some status on this stuff. Custom settings. Right. Right down here. Digital signature is missing. Does not exist in the Kaspersky database yet. Danger index is only at 20. Low risk. Don't care. I don't want that starting. Go ahead and close that. So that's URL number 1. And I'm just going to say that's blocked. Alright. Hang on one sec. Let me grab number 2 here. And we're going to attempt our first number 2. Let's see if we can get one here. Well, look at this. Bingo. I was going to try to load one of those fake codec things, and it is caught by the signature scanner as a, let's see, containing a malicious URL. Okay. Number 2 is caught. Let's go get number 3. Number 3 is a Trojan downloader, I hope. Alright. And that is not in the Kaspersky database. And I'm not even sure it was really anything. I don't see it popping up at all unless it's just being analyzed. Some of these things actually turn out to be nothing. I don't see it in processes, and I don't see it classified. I'll just go look for another one. Be right back. Alright, let's try an exploit. Drive by. Yeah, it's taking too long. Let's try another one. Okay, not sure what that's doing right there. So let's grab another one. Now that last one actually, last exploit actually got caught by the hip scanner. and it tried to download something called file.exe. Again, if we go to look at the file name, missing digital signature. Okay, let's go on to number 4, see if I have one here. These exploits are really cool, these drive-bys, but they go up and down so fast. It's like you have to be lucky to get any of them. Okay, number 4 was a drive-by, and it was shut down by the signature scanner. Reason phishing attack. I guess that could be the web scanner. I don't know how they classify it, but it was caught. Number 5 is another drive-by. Hopefully. Let's try this one. Still on number 5. Looking for number 5. Okay, number 5 was blocked. Fraudpack.pjs. That was a Trojan. Let's go on to number 6. Number 6 is another Trojan. It's an executable, and it was blocked. Let's go on to number 7. I think number 7 is an exploit. We'll see. Nah, let's grab another one. Okay, I was actually able to find Ruststock. It's a rootkit, I believe. Any of the .com sites, usually they don't load. Let's try one of those fake antivirus things. Boy, I'm just having no luck tonight. Of course, I usually have the stuff done before I do a review. I finally got a number 7 here. It was that latest cube face that it gets on your Twitter account and sends out crazy tweets. So that was caught. Let's move on to number 8. Number 8. We have some exe thing. Nah. Okay, I found a number 8, and it was, I believe, a Trojan. Containing malicious URL. Okay, so that was caught. Let's go on to number 9. Number 9 is another one of those fake antivirus things. It's probably the same file from before. They tend to come out in clusters. Yeah, so it was placed, yeah, same one. Placed in untrusted. And we'll count this as like number 9B since I downloaded the same file by accident. This one was a rootkit of some sort, and it was caught. And number 10, this was a phishing exe. It's called Trojan eMold, and that was caught as well. So that's 10 URLs. I know it's not a whole lot. A lot of the big old professional whatever guys do hundreds of URLs, thousands of samples, whatever. But I can't do that. I don't have time. I do 10 URLs. I load them. You see them on the video, and you get to see that the stuff is for real, whether it sucks or whether it's awesome. So and I just like to prove it to myself and everyone else out there. If you can get anything past Kaspersky Internet Security, let me know, because I've never gotten anything past it yet. It's been 7 days. I've been testing it every day. It's just so solid. Actually, sort of worried it put my antivirus part of my business out of business. So it's just that solid. Now I did have one client say, "Oh, I have Kaspersky and the PC is completely infected." Well, we're sitting in their kitchen. Sun comes down and says, "You know what? It was slowing down my RuneScape game, so I turned it off." And he had to actually pay for my appointment. That's what his mom made him do. So the only time I've seen anything get past Kaspersky is when kids turn it off. And you can go ahead and put a password on it and prevent it from being turned off and all that stuff. But I just thought that was funny. But anyway, it's the only time I've seen it. So I am done with this Kaspersky stuff for now. It's an awesome application, and I'm just starting to ramble on and on and on. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and upload this. I'll put it on my site, and then you guys can go ahead and jump on my blog. It's remove-malware.com. If you want to discuss Kaspersky in my forums, it's remove-malware.com/forums. There's also a link on the site. And someday I may make my videos look a little prettier with titles and things like that, but I know what you guys want to see, I think, and I get right to the important parts. So anyway, talk to you guys later.